vulgar.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
You know what? I have an idea.
Go on.
We're gonna go here. And using the process of elimination, we're gonna open this up.
Oh.
Oh, see, there's downward.
There might
Samurai
be more.
hat. Space
Alien?
Invader. There's only 4.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another?
Okay, so.
So we know it's telling us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Samurai helmet. I think we have to find it.
Space Invader.
Looks like he's
You're
playing.
some kind
Did
of
you not know? A little hand helmet.
liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
No. Do we have to have them all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come back.
Alright, where's the burbs?
So there's the birds in the bubble bird bath.
Up here?
No. Well, we could go up there. There's
Where's
also
the bird bath?
birds. There's also birds in Penelope's room.
Where's the bird bath?
The bird bath is
Oh,
the
that's
very
right.
first one.
Sure, you're right.
Oh, I'm so
That's all.
heckin' good.
We go back.
Go.
Go to the gardens. Listen, we solved
Let's
it.
try this again.
Alright.
You know, I think we might be.
Get out of here. I want to do this. Oh, is that it?
Samurai hat.
Samurai hats. Space Invader.
All right, there we go.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
It opens up a door.
Go
Secret
inside!
passage!
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do first.
Oh, talk with Sally. Sally.
Oh yeah, because we have to go back.
Complete all suspicions. Talk with Sally. Okay, so there's another suspicion
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Hawkshaw.
Hawkshaw.
This little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're
Flora hired
such
her to
a
find the bird.
tease, Hawkshaw.
That's what I.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We already worked out what you're searching for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
What you-
Fine. Is it this one?
We should listen to Aenne every once in a while.
Yeah.
Is it the bird?
That's not right.
Oh, okay. Okay, then Anna, you're so good. What
Okay.
is
The floor's drawing.
this one?
Yeah.
That's not right.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. What was the
What
exact
was
question?
Hawkshaw been hired? What has Hawkshaw been hired to find? The empty egg.
Yeah. What's inside the MDA?
That's not right.
Listen, we're gonna get one of them. Golden needle. The painted portrait. 'Cause it has the feather on it.
So we originally thought it was inheritance stuff.
Yeah, she was searching the greenhouse. It has to be plant related, right? Because it's the greenhouse.
Coffee, you've been putting out a lot of things, and it seems like you've played the game before. So if you have, like, please stop giving spoilers.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Because
Hawkshaw doesn't know.
it's not a microscope.
It isn't a microscope.
It's not
It's
a
a
microscope.
telescope. Yeah.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
It's true. Went to microscope school.
Okay.
The handheld microscope is actually a pan of water.
It is a pan of water.
According to Hawkshaw uses? What's the other option?
According to Fifi uses, was created by Fifi, is not...
So what according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens.
Yeah. According to Fifi, uses...
The handheld microscope.
According to
Fifi uses a telescopic
It's a weird
lens.
sentence, yeah. So Hawkshaw lied about it, that's all we know.
handheld
Yeah.
microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens.
Sometimes
So
these sentences, they
Hawkshaw
are a
lied
little
about it.
confusing when you go through them all.
I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective, naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy.
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure.
So you kept
but
this
a
telescope?
seductive one. At 15, I decided
I'll show you a
instead to
seductive
apply
one.
my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Then why'd you lie about
Why
going
did
to
you
the
bring it
greenhouse?
with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence.
Oh, please sign my telescope, please.
I never would have
Cute.
guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree.
What?
Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So,
Theft?
who is your suspect?
Of the beetle.
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Ooh, yeah. We need to go back to Freya's room and check the little terrarium.
The little vivarium?
Yeah.
But that also puts Pointer way up on the suspect list if he killed her to get the beetle back or something.
It does.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Yeah, there's nothing in here, though. So, okay.
So we need to get to... Okay, we need to probably do that.
Okay.
I mean, we still haven't talked about everything to everybody. All those check marks.
Who is that? See?
That's the crime. The criminal.
It points to her.
So, suspect statements.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz
Let's...
and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then I heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I like this. This is really cool.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. They're just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
This is really cool.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the Fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line
That's
up.
good.
Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
They're all the murderer.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think?
They're all
Was
complicit.
Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Their ornate trowel is the real.
So the painted ink dip feather was used to paint.
Was designed to match a real knife.
No.
We could talk about the blood. We could say that it was swapped to hide the evidence. Paint from the paint pot. No. I'll reverse that.
Oops.
Again,
Blood-
you didn't reverse that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Paint from the paint pot was replaced by blood from the paint pot to
hide the evidence?
Paint from the paint pot
No, it's not
was
right.
replaced by blood from the paint pot
Maybe-
to hide the evidence. Nope.
Yeah.
Wait, go through these one more time. A little bit more. It was used to paint over.
No. Where'd the blood come from and how was it used? Well, paint from... No, the blood from the paint pot was used to paint over... Was used to paint the red tip of the ink dip flower.
To resemble a bloody knife? No. To prove the existence of magic. So,
Where did the blood
this
come
feather
from?
sort of looks like the feather, but it's yellow.
Where did the blood come from and how was it used?
We don't know where the blood came from, though.
I have the evidence?
Blood from the paint
No.
pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence.
No.
Almost. Maybe just...
Where did the blood come from and how was it used?
The blood from the paint pot maybe came from a real knife.
It could have. Was used to paint. Was designed to match.
To hide evidence? No. Blood from the paint pot.
It said to only change one thing. So,
Yeah.
What was before the real knife? What did we have in there?
we had paint from the paint pot in there.
No, we had this one. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to hide evidence.
Blood from the paint pot
Yeah.
was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence. That's not right.
Wait, it says perhaps
Oh, it
Freya...
was used to paint the red tip of the paint dip.
Perhaps Freya painted the blood onto the painting herself.
This one?
I don't know, it says it up there. Perhaps Freya painted the blood onto the painting herself. It was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to prove the existence.
No. I think we only needed to change one thing, which you did there. So put it back to what it was before.
This one?
Yeah.
Blood from the paint pot
No.
was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
To resemble a bloody knife?
Blood from the paint
Oh,
pot
there you go.
was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a
I mean,
question.
I thought that was obvious.
Why?
Yeah.
Either it's a very strange
Sometimes
coincidence,
adventure games.
or
Yeah.
somebody set it up.
You're like 4 steps
Somebody
ahead. You're
deliberately
like,
put
what?
blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Well, Fifi's the only
Possibly.
one that knew it was blood.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time.
Okay.
It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Was she
Except
shot?
Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle.
Yeah.
That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing
Someone
right
stabbed
up
her
by the
right in
canvas.
front of her?
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the
And
painting.
there's no hole in the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Maybe something
Through
did
the
go through
painting?
it, through the
Wouldn't
red
that
paint.
leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed
Yes.
and her falling over are completely
Exactly.
unrelated.
Okay.
So I think we need to, like Aenne said, literally talk to everyone about everything.
Okay.
What was that? Go say that one more time.
All right. Let's start with you, I think.
I hate you, Aenne.
It's fine. I get it. I understand. It's like I've played these games before.
Okay, let's talk about Hawkshaw.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you. I
about
don't
to
especially
cry.
want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
Oh my god.
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
83 moons?
What do you want me to say?
That's a lot of butts.
He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily?
Someone's gonna live in that
I've
secret
not
passage.
met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family.
It's gonna be Freya.
Her
She's not dead.
relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Well, enough to produce a child.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Wow!
Someone's got
My
some issues.
Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Everyone
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she
She
go?
was Flora's sister.
Away. She went away.
Okay.
Alright, let me look at that family tree again.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
Wait,
That's how it works.
the real thingy. Fifi said something about clothes. What if they strung it between the towers?
Oh, maybe.
And then something. You could put something on it and go in between the towers, like a knife.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps
Or
I
a
don't
trowel.
Oh,
Dangling
my.
How did everything get cracked?
This is the first piece that Primrose ever learned on the piano.
Meteor.
A bomb.
Primrose, that is
Meteors.
Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course.
Firestar, you love the art in this game. It's
Warms
so
my
good.
heart
So
to know
good.
that after everything, Poppy still has it up.
Oh.
on the
Oh
wall.
my goodness!
Miranda!
The $10 donation.
Oh, thank you so much, Miranda.
Anna, did you see the things that Miranda made for us?
I
That little
did.
snow
Yeah,
globe.
they're so cute.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some
12 days are
sort
gonna make you
of
miss a lot of sleep,
amphibious
right?
bipedal fish
Yeah.
man.
We're with you.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
Oh my god, I hate talking to him.
Well,
Fitz
you got
seems rather
5
keen to
more
grow
items.
things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers
No, but
at
no
all.
one's talking about the DNA alteration
Well,
Right.
of the rain.
most
Like, can we go back to
definitely None
that?
of my business.
You can't just drop
Quite
that bomb.
Possibly none of yours either.
I think it is.
What kind of flower is that?
It's
We
a
go into that
pot shower.
room
That'll be fine.
down
it
there,
might be the
Anna,
only
and
one
we
of its
find
kind.
that there's
Primrose
clones
would
and
know.
zombies
Yeah,
My
it's
wife
and...
is
everything.
a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a
Unless
weapon
you
to me.
know.
It's accusing already.
I've seen those earmuffs before.
Who do they belong to?
They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
I thought
Always
Poppy's
wears.
the one.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
She said she found them, but they belong to Fritz. But they
Yeah.
were in like a hallway when she found them.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Rude.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Okay.
Everything's missing.
Okay, so that's all of that.
Okay.
Maybe the rain altered the bird's DNA to turn it into a beetle. Jeez.
Beetle bird. Beetle bird.
Big bad beetle
Isn't he
boards.
strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
I like her.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
Your bird arms!
And
Can we
sounds like
just
you don't know him very
ask
well.
her about
I don't
that?
remember asking for your
Fashion,
input.
Ash. Fashion.
You don't ask about fashion, you just
She's the
accept
most
it.
unsavory little. She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms?
Yes!
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others.
Ooh.
I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Or Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility.
Dang.
Did you not know that?
We do now, yes. All right, thankfully we don't have to ask her that many things.
I don't know what that is. Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly,
or
I
do
think he
drugs.
just likes the way they look.
I mean, that's just how flowers are.
Lovely.
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 It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
How sad.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
So cute.
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
It's a hat? All right, real thingy.
Is that for sewing?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe?
We have no idea.
That's interesting, Edwin. Someone asked Edwin if it is hand animated, and he responded that he believes that it is.
It does look
but the
like
squiggly boiling effect is automated.
Yes, I think I know how to do that.
There's
I've done that in
something
Premiere.
about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Yes.
Let's ask her about it.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses.
Yeah.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue.
It's in
Yeah.
Something that shows the roses. And
I
who
think
they
we
belong
know.
to.
The
No,
drawings.
it's you.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
It's a rose.
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Because it was in Poppy's room.
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most
There was
people,
like a-
it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My
She could have
dears,
flown there.
what are
With
you
her arms.
accusing me
Yes, she's got bird arms.
That's why the flowers were up there. Or, I mean, the feathers.
One
Alright.
of Penny's birds
Yeah, one of Penny's birds was used to kill,
was...
used to spy on Poppy and Fritz.
Or maybe it was used to distract them?
Hey, murder.
What are the other options?
Was used to kill. One of Penny Bird's was stolen. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, keep going through the options there. Keep going. Okay.
Yeah, one of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fritz and steal evidence from them.
One of Penny's
Yeah.
birds was used to spy on Poppy
Bird
and
murder.
Fritz
Because the
and
rose is
steal
the evidence
evidence
of
from
their
them.
affair.
I like the idea of the
We
birds
know
murdering
those two
people.
have been spending
Yeah.
time together
That's how I
in
got that
Rooftop
one
Garden.
Yeah.
90-degree
I'm
stab
guessing
wound.
You got
Bird.
paranoid. Wanted to know
Someone
what they
threw
were
the
up
bird
to.
at her.
I'm just not the jealous type.
Yeah, you
I would
are.
never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
But
But
We need
that's
a
where
clue
we
to
found the
compare with Penny's
feathers.
birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden. Let's take a closer look at these.
Let's.
That one.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah. This yellow feather
Doot. This yellow feather was
Not-
not deliberately, probably
was used to
It
kill.
was left behind.
after it killed Freya.
Yes, I knew it. Who visited?
No, not
No.
the greenhouse. Rooftop garden.
Yep.
This yellow feather was left behind
I
by
used to kill.
Penny's
This
yellow
looks like a
bird
knife,
when it visited
right?
the rooftop
Right? Yeah, it
garden.
does.
Straight through Freya's heart.
I can't stand it! Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me
Tabitha.
back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
All right.
All right.
We got all of the suspicions, right?
Did we?
I think
we're missing the one for Hawkshaw, maybe still.
No, we already did that
No,
one.
we did that
How
one.
about Fritz? Have we?
Go talk to Fritz. I think there's still a couple things we have to run by him.
Yeah. God, he's so creepy in the corner. I talked about everything here.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk to.
Those petals.
Those petals.
They,
What?
they're red.
They're red. Yep, they are red. What about this lewd potted flower? That
Yeah.
Flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
She's your fiance.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Wait, those are mine. The earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them
Protect
while I'm
your ears.
gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back, too.
Oh.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Did we ask him about everybody?
I think
Yeah.
so, actually. He was like the last person we talked to.
But the statement
There's something
hasn't
about
been.
the
Yeah.
report of
Oh, there we
Fitz
go.
going up Pointer Tower. Something.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's do it.